don't like any of this.
What kind of hair do you like on your body, Andrew? What's your favorite soft animal hair?
Soft animal hair? Oh no. This seems like a no-win scenario, so I'm just gonna say
You like to rub a
thanks.
little rub a little like rabbit fur on your penis.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah.
All right, you heard it
Absolutely.
here first, folks. Andrew likes to
Andrew.
rub rabbit hair on his penis, and we're
Oh
the
man.
groundbreakers.
That is the most groundbreaking thing I think we've said on here
in
since we started.
ages. Yeah,
Since we started.
I mean, who doesn't like a little rabbit hair on your penis? Especially that Lola Bunny. Am I right, guys?
Uh, uh, uh.
Oh, eh.
She's quite the saucy furry.
She ruined a generation.
She did. That's the reason why we're having some issues.
It's no good.
Yeah,
It's no
that's
good.
what happens.
No.
All right, so we're
Good.
live. We actually live.
Yeah, we're live. We're good to go. Yeah, we're live. We're on there. Our millions of subscribers and viewers are flocking in. Who would have thought? I'm actually going to share the page real quick. Then we'll get to getting. Beep boop share.
And
Not as
tonight,
myself.
tonight I will possibly have a very angry cat on the stream because I took him outside for the first time on a harness, and he enjoyed himself so much that now he's upset that he's back inside.
So
Yeah.
my screen is so fucking bright that I guess I'm just going to
You
use
don't
my
even need the
screen
light.
as the light.
You
Cause
don't even need.
damn, I'll just be a creepy bright man. Thank you, West. Thank you for the share. I appreciate that greatly.
God, what a kiss ass!
West isn't a kiss ass. He's my buddy.
I
Oh
wanna
my
take
god,
this
why
second-
am I so bright? Can I move my camera and not be as bright? No! No, I cannot. I need a tan. I need some makeup artist. Veronica,
What?
give me the makeup. Come in here and powder my face.
Baby, I'm just as pale as you. My makeup is.
Powder my face!
Do you want to look like a cop from the?
I want to look like what? I want to look like a judge from the 1800s.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna take
Oh,
a second
Lord.
before we get started with anything. I'm gonna tell everybody that this is my favorite thing I've read this year. Shadow of
Okay.
Gods, John Gwynn. It's fucking good.
So what makes it so good?
It is well, it's the first thing I've read by him. It's the beginning of a new trilogy, and he's generally everything on the page reads really well, for lack of a better term. He writes really descriptively, but not like overly so. But it's also Vikings, and I like set in a world that is Ragnarok has already happened. Ragnarok has done, and this is the new world that has grown out of it. And one of the like main towns in the world, let me see if I can get the name here, is a place called Snakavik, and it is built out of the skull of a giant, out of basically the world snake,
Okay.
and it is so big that its body is an entire mountain range that stretches across the continent. There's a city built out of the skull of this snake.
Well.
I don't know how well it's going to come across on the video, but this is the dragon that pops up, and this little bitty person,
Okay.
right in here.
For some size comparison there.
Yeah, that's the scale that you're dealing with in this
So
book.
Wes
Does that guy hold a
says
banana?
what?
Yes.
Wes
Does he need a
says he.
banana for scale?
Wes says he thought that book was horrible.
Well, get out of here. You're wrong.
Ah, That's what you get for having a difference of opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we no.
Get
This
outta
is
here,
the
Wes.
no opinion zone.
The only opinion who counts is mine.
Oh, I thought it was God's.
Yeah, you're right.
Happy
Yeah.
Pride Month, everyone. Lord. So we're back with the top 100 list. Just to go over our top 100 so far. Just to give a little information. So we had this last week. So starting at 100 is Dino Crisis 2, Fallout 2, Puzzle Quest, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty Black Ops, Mario 64, DDR Max 2, Twisted Metal Black, Overcooked, Bully, Halo Collector's Edition. That is 100 to 90, and we currently have Borderlands 2 sitting at 75 and Resident Evil 8 sitting at 65.
So we spent 2 hours and got a grand total of 12, 13 in.
This is going to be an entire season.
Yeah, we got 13 in.
Okay.
Yeah. So so we're going into 89, which let's see what we got here. So coming in from Justin's list, you knocked off XCOM, didn't you, Justin?
Yeah. I believe so.
And you knocked off God of War 3, right?
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay, so we have Monster Rancher,
Woo.
Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, Mega Man Battle Network, Pillars of Eternity, and we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Fable.
Well, obviously, whatever's on my list is what is the good one.
And anything else you want to put forward there, Andrew?
Thinking.
Those are the games that are currently up for debate. Or we can move things up the list as well.
Trying to bring up our, so I can actually.
Oh, I can share screen those if you want me to.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will be easier for you guys. Share screen here. Actually, no. Back. Share screen. Screen 2. Go live. There you go. And you just tell me where you want me to go through the share screens.
Okay. Oh hell.
Oh no, all the stuff got mixed up. All right, I'm going to fix the pictures real quick. So you guys talk.
So you have any thoughts right now, Justin?
Fable's good. And Mario Karts are good. That's so I don't have a problem with those being, anything. I doubt anybody has ever played any of the Shin Megami Tensei series.
So isn't those the games that? Those are the games that are kind of like oh shit. Persona, right? Those are the games that Persona's kind of built on, right?
I don't know. I never played Persona. I never played any of those.
Okay.
So maybe.
Okay. Well, what makes Shin Megami Tensei on this list for you? Because I'll be honest, I've never heard you talk about this game.
Well, it's a. I would probably talk about more if it was more of a mainstream game that I figured anybody else around would play. But it's the one that I liked was the Devil Survivor, where it's just you're just getting like the city is being taken over by demons, and you and some of your friends get the ability to tame them, and so you kind of go around to it's kind of Pokemon with demons.
Yeah, this is Persona. Yeah, this is a Persona thing. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. Maybe it could be. If I played Persona, I could probably say yeah or nay on that. But it's really good. You know, I like the RPG element. I like Pokemon, so you know this is just another Pokemon kind of, maybe a little darker. So it's pretty good. That's what I got.
Hmm.
I like how you just stare into the camera.
That's what I'm doing. Just staring
Alright.
at the camera.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I guess the question is like, if it's just pretty good, um, because like we're past like the first 10 there, in which we already got some pretty big things on that first 10.
Halo 1 is at 90 right now.
Yeah.
WoW is at 97.
Yes.
Just for everyone watching at home, WoW is at 97.
Yes.
And it can stay there.
So
In text our toll-free number if you'd like to go lower.
yeah, as well. So you also have, like, I'll tell you, I have no real connection to Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's something I could put forward. Just because I know what it is. I know it's like adult Pokemon. I know that much for one. But like, is the story good? Like, is the music good? Because I thought it's just pretty much just like typical anime stuff.
I wouldn't say that the music is, you know, I wouldn't say it's like the best. It's not a full orchestra playing Chrono Trigger music, but I mean, the story's pretty good. It was good enough for me to be captivated enough to play it and enjoy it. So I think it's perfectly worth being in my top one.
Okay.
Whether it's agreed upon by the rest of the jury, I don't know. That's remains to be seen.
Yeah, all
It's
I
not
can
a
say
it's
is,
not a big it's not a huge game. I mean, if it's Persona, I've never played Persona, so I don't know. Wasn't Persona more of like a PlayStation side of things?
I thought Shin Megami Tensei was PlayStation.
No, not the one, not the three I played.
What did you play them on?
They were Game Boy Advance. No, they
Oh.
were DS. They were DS.
Oh,
games.
okay.
And they have a cell phone game.
it looks like 5 leaked earlier. Like today, it
Hmm.
seemed like apparently it leaked today.
Okay. Well, we know that we got another one coming.
Mm-hmm. I have no strong feelings this way, but I also acknowledge that I got Dino Crisis on this list at 100. So if you want to have, I think we each get a Dino Crisis. We each get a This Is My Game. Here.
But does Justin want to burn that card this early? I don't know.
Well, what do we have on the list so far?
Okay, here's what we have up for talking, but we can always move things up. Currently, the things that we haven't talked about are Shin Megami Tensei, which we just did, Monster Rancher, Mega Man Battle Network, Pillars of Eternity, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Those are the things that we haven't talked about.
Go over to the one where we have already decided what is on the.
There you go. So right now, it's Halo Bully, Overcooked, Twisted Metal, DDR2, Max 2, Mario 64. I agree, Spicy Casey. I agree. 'Cause that would be, that's my 89 pick. Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare, I mean, WoW, Puzzle Quest, Fallout 2, Nine Crosses 2. And
What's our
those
89?
89 is what is our 89? You know what I mean? That's what we're looking for is our 89.
And this is
Eh,
going up against what, Fable and
Man,
Mario,
we got a
Mario
lot
Kart?
of things that we're going to have to either chop or think about some things. So the ones I have is I have Fable, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, Fable and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Which are bigger games than Shin Megami Tensei, and I also like Fable and Mario Kart. So
But do you like them
I'm not.
more than, you know what I mean? Like,
If I had to say, I probably put more time into Fable than I ever have any of the Shin Megami Tensei series.
so Fable's on my list because, in all honesty, Fable 2 is a better game than Fable. But Fable is one of those games that it didn't deliver what it was supposed to deliver because it's a Lionhead Studios game. They never do.
Mhm.
But
Oh, damn it! That reminds me of a game I should have put on the list.
but I mean, your list is open to you can put forward whatever you want to. But I mean, it also really made you think what games could change into, and it's really important to me in a historical nature. Um,
Which one of the Fables really kind of phoned it in on the end? There was one of them that was just you instead of like a boss fight, you just had a really ridiculous, stupid choice.
so that would well, that's kind of all of them. But Fable 3 is an interesting example of a game that done kind of things weird. So the first half of Fable 3 is setting up your path to becoming king. And the back half of Fable 3 is just being king making choices. And there's no real good choices in Fable 3. But Fable 1's not really necessarily like that. You have a boss fight that's kind of underwhelming, but it's a very unique, interesting world, and at the time it looked spectacular. So, but
Because Fable One was very kind of, as far as like Xbox goes, was a little revolutionary for its time.
it
Because
was.
we
Yeah.
so like I am not mad at a Fable being put over a Shin Megami Tensei.
Do we want to put a Fable in?
Or do we want to cut Shin? Do we want to cut Shin Megami Tensei, or did you want to keep it for higher on the list?
No, it doesn't. It won't go. I don't think it can any higher
So,
than that.
so what about your other choices there, Justin? What about your other games?
So we got what Monster Rancher and God of War 3.
Oh, Monster! You dropped God of War 3.
Oh, okay.
We got Monster Rancher, Mega Man Battle Network, and Pillars of Eternity.
I feel like my strongest one, my strongest two are probably going to be Pillars of Eternity and Monster Rancher was fun just for the whole CD swapping thing.
Now that is an interesting game. Yeah,
That is.
that's an interesting game that you would have to have a PlayStation 1 to truly play today. But
Yeah. I remember I didn't have any CDs as a that young of a child. So I went and got my mom's she was really big into like Christian music.
well, all those pull like those have things in them.
Yeah, they certainly the fun did. I think I got a Christmas fairy out of one of them.
Oh.
That's what I remember getting out of it. Like that's the biggest thing I remember getting. Nothing spectacular. I know that there was like a list of you get like an old ACDC certain CD that would give you a certain monster. You know, there was always that list.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's a very interesting concept to get certain monsters from CDs.
But okay, I'm going to be a little critical about it. So, I think that is the coolest part of Monster Rancher.
Probably, yeah.
That is the coolest part because the actual gameplay of Monster Rancher isn't good.
Well, it's Pokemon Stadium at that point. Like once you,
But you have to like feed them. It's like a Tamagotchi plus Pokemon Stadium.
yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. It is that.
Did you play Dark Cloud 2, Justin? West is asking. Did any of us
I
play
don't
Dark Cloud 2?
I don't remember.
I think that's a Dreamcast game, right? Is that Dreamcast or GameCube? Might be PlayStation 2. But I know I did not play it.
I didn't. No, I don't think I played it either.
I think I'm going to be a... I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just rip that Band-Aid, Matt.
Okay, I'm proposing. This is my proposal. I'm proposing we put Fable at 89 and Mario Kart Deluxe at 88. Because like it of any racing game that's on my list, and I'm the only one with racing games on our lists. I think Mario Kart needs to be on a top 100 list. Even though it's not like it's a racing game, but it's a kart racer. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably the quintessential kart racer. Like it's going to be hard to get better than that game, and damn, it's really fun to play. It has a huge amount of tracks. Really fun game.
I'll let you have two on this one. Super fact that I feel like I've got stuff to fight you with.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and let you have two this round.
All right. So I'm going to top those in.
Now, does Shin Megami and the other stuff move up, or are you tossing them?
Toss because I don't. They don't rank any higher to me. So I don't.
Thank you, Melissa, for the like. I appreciate that greatly.
Melissa, did you have any thoughts of any of your favorite games?
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
I know last time we were talking about it, and Andrew said he didn't care about your opinion.
Yep, that's exactly what I said.
No, I'm kidding. He didn't say that.
You got me.
Got him. Got him good. So
All right.
we are going into 87. Okay. We have the ones that we talked about earlier. Well, which we wouldn't get in depth on any of these, but once again, though, we're going to have to do some cutting here.
Yeah.
But it looks like Wii Sports and State of Decay is being added to the discussion. Unless you want to add anything else there, Andrew.
Nothing's popped in my head since last time for this.
Does anyone want to fight me on Wii Sports?
I feel like Wii Sports needs to be higher. But...
I kind of want to fight you on Wii Sports.
So Andrew thinks it should be higher up on the list. Okay.
I will definitely fight him on that.
Why do you think it needs to be? What do you got against Wii Sports, Justin?
I didn't find it fun whenever I played it. I just wasn't fun. It was just, hey, you haven't done this in 43 days. Thanks for coming in and checking on us. Does your fat ass want to get back on this board?
That's the Wii Fitness board. That's totally different.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know which one we're talking about. It's the one with you play the tennis and all.
Mm-hmm.
It has tennis, bowling, boxing, golf.
I'm aware. I played these games.
The Wii Bowling is the best bowling game I've ever played. It's
Right
also
there.
the best tennis game. It's the best baseball game. It's all the best sports games rolled into one.
Okay, all right.
It's great to play with your family.
Yes.
Totally,
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, look, there's way too many mouths on this deck for me to.
So we're gonna put it on. We're gonna put it on 9, right? Top 10.
No, God, no.
I don't know about that.
I'll beat this entire list.
So okay, Wii Sports is it might be the best demo of all time. Like, you know what I mean? Like the
That
amount
game
of
sold Wii's by
yeah,
itself.
and what it done to and the thing is though that game transcended what gaming is to me. So, you know, we had it in our homes just to play around with as like a party favor type kind of game. You know, get everybody together to play some bowling or some tennis. But nursing homes were buying Wii's so older people can get up and get to moving and stuff. Like, and that to me is really really good. Like being able to bring gaming into different areas which previously it wouldn't be. That's so important to me. You know what I mean? Spreading the love that is our hobby. I saw you over there snickering, Justin.
I had a mental image of a lot of elderly people playing the Wii, and it tickled me a bit.
And imagine the LCD screen sales when people didn't use the strap and they went and bowled and it just flew out and just cracked an LCD screen. You know, that alone paid for itself.
I guarantee you there were tons of injuries at the old folks' place for just people just cracking each other in the skulls and their TVs. Yeah, and it's elderly people being hurt is not funny in itself, but there is some hilarity to it.
Oh God. I think Wii Sports is a phenomenal game, and I think it almost defined that generation. Like, cause everyone knows what Wii Sports is. Everyone does. Like, if you were a kid or alive back then, you've probably played Wii Sports. My parents have played Wii Sports. You know what I mean? Like, it's very important to gaming, in my opinion.
You can make the same argument about WoW, though.
You could, but my parents haven't played WoW.
WoW is where it will be, and where we have already thought about WoW. It's
Hey,
there.
Andrew, are you suggesting we move WoW up the list?
No, I'm not suggesting anything.
I think he's suggesting we move World of Warcraft up the list.
Well, he's drunk.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I think we put Wii Sports at 80.
See, I was going to go 85 because I didn't know if you would let me jump it up that far, but I'm cool with 80.
Look at Justin.
Well, I don't agree with all, but I guess two versus one wins that one.
Okay, do you have an argument to sway us? Besides, I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, because I don't feel like I need one. I don't feel like it was a revolutionary game that you think it is. But then again, I didn't go to old folks' home and play it, and I didn't have a family to play it with. So maybe I missed out on family fun day.
I slept in the cold for 11. I waited in the cold for 11 hours to play Wii Sports.
So
in front of a Walmart. So
I sort of feel like if we give that to you at that point, then we're kind of giving you kind of a pat on the head for doing such a dumb thing.
Well, that's. Do you have a rebuttal, Justin? Do you want to try to make a compromise here, or?
Let's see which one are we? Is this one? Is this for what?
80? I'm suggesting this is for 87, but I'm suggesting we put Wii Sports at 80.
I'll let you put it at 87, but I don't think it deserves to go any higher than that. And I feel like I'm being pretty.
What about 85?
I feel like 87 is pretty good. I feel
All
like
right, we're putting it in at 87. All right, it's on the board.
Phew.
Remember, none of these are completely
is-
locked in. Like, we can move
This is
things
the
around.
weirdest list.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's so far we got a cell phone game up here.
No, we don't. Not yet.
Is Bejeweled not a cell phone game?
Bejeweled's
We
not
didn't put
on
the
there.
July.
I thought we had Bejeweled on.
We have Puzzle Quest, which is a Bejeweled like.
Oh, I thought it was a cell phone game.
No, it's on the DS. It's also on the cell phone though.
Well, see, there we go.
I mean,
But-
so
but-
is
Don't even bring Pokemon Go into this because
no.
that is
No.
that is revolutionary.
So is that one game that you
There
guys
is-
are
There are old folks running around their fucking nursing
playing
homes trying to
Wii
catch-
Sports and catching
trying to-
Pikachu's.
They're like, oh damn it! There's a rat-a-tat in my closet. I can't sleep until it's in this ball. It'll bite my toes.
I can't see them, but this cell phone seems to be able to see all of these rats in my room.
And then you go in there and you put one of those little ghost things on there where it can see ghosts and stuff.
Oh
you
no,
say,
that ruins them.
Here you go, Gam Gam. Say hey to Pop Pop for me. And then
Oh,
you leave the
no.
room.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
we're there. We're not getting monetized for this.
no. All right.
right.
Moving
86.
along, 86. We have State of Decay, South Park, The Stick of Truth. We have Monster Rancher, Mega Man Battle Network, Pillars of Eternity, DMC, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Prey.
Prey. Prey. Why is Prey so far down your list?
Because it's
It
kind
was
of high on
good.
mine.
It was
Yeah.
good, but I don't know. Bioshock did it better. I feel.
I think BioShock did it differently. So Prey to me is what if BioShock gave you even more options? You know what I mean? Like BioShock, yeah, it gives you options. Do you want to go about this combat puzzle? You know, do you want to go through door 1 or door 2? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what BioShock gives you. Like, do you want to use some plasmids? Do you want to do this? And most of it's combat puzzles. I feel like Prey gives you more options. Being like, okay, you could be stealthy and like sneak in through here, go through the raft, like go through like the crawl space here, right? Or you could say fuck it and make your own path up to where you need to go with the glue gun. If you want to. And,
See, the glue gun never really worked for me like that. Like I don't know if I got how it worked, and and there was parts where it did do what it was supposed to do. But a lot of times, whenever I tried the glue gun thing, my character would just fall off of it immediately.
See, I didn't
I
have
don't
that
know.
problem. Now, Casey
That's-
says that Prey needs to be 60 or under.
I agree with 60 or under.
But you have your set at 80 something, 86.
Which is still under.
I feel like she meant 60 and above. There you go.
Yeah, 60 closer to 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a completely understatement.
Yeah, mine is sitting at. Where is Prey?
Right there.
58.
So Casey's right on the money with Matt there.
Yeah. See?
What do you want from me? There's where it sits for me. I don't know if y'all. I don't know.
Where would you
y'all
put
want-
it, Andrew? Where would you put it?
I kind of want to play for Price is Right and put it at 59. just so it's in between the 60 and the 58. But I do think that's a way higher than 86. That game is too good at so many things to be right below Wii Sports.
Like I put it at 58. All right, like I really think I don't know. I don't like compromising wise. I don't know if I want to compromise.
You want to say Prey at 70, maybe? To be moved around. It might end up somewhere in the high 60s, low 70s, whenever we get up there.
What do you
Put
think,
it at
Justin?
Put it at 65. Put a star beside it, and we will revisit the issue.
It already got RE8 at 65.
Put it at 64 then, or 66. I don't put it up there, and we'll revisit the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will revisit said issue. All right. Back to the list. We have Kingdom Hearts 2, Devil May Cry, the reboot. Are we cutting Monster Rancher?
Yeah.
Cutting Monster Rancher. Are we cutting Mega Man Battle Network?
Yeah.
Are we cutting Pillars of Eternity?
Well, let's do. Well, I don't know. We haven't discussed that one.
Okay. We haven't so we got Kingdom Hearts 2, Pillars of Eternity, State of Decay, and South Park: The Stick of Truth. Now let's talk about South Park: The Stick of Truth for a second. Because it's on my list and Justin's list.
Okay.
So Justin, no, Justin has South Park. Justin has South Park at 78.
That's 78.
Now, I know that just me and Justin have played South Park.
Yep.
So, I'm going to take a second to just talk about it. So, South Park is a party-based RPG set in the world of South Park. You play some kids that are currently, like, you play the South Park kids, and they are taking on, like, fantasy roles. Like, Cartman's a wizard, Butters is a paladin,
I think Stan's a ranger.
Stan's a ranger, Kenny's a
Kyle.
princess
Yeah.
who can, like, charm people and stuff, and he's a good healer. And I want to say Kyle is a druid, right? Top character. And Timmy's a bard. I like how one of his attacks is just him stuttering a whole lot. It's good.
That's pretty decent bard power. I think that's a bard power in D&D.
Yeah, as you're singing, you just start stuttering a lot, and then you have to fix it. So, what makes South Park: The Stick of Truth to me so charming is I haven't played the sequel to it yet, the Fractured But Whole, but The Stick of Truth is kind of like the second South Park movie. Like it feels like a movie. There's some like really cool South Park like tie-in stuff in it. Like if you are a South Park fan, there is so many references to the show. It's like playing the show. It really, really is.
Is it good outside of being South Park?
So it's a pretty typical. I'm trying to think here. I would relate that game close to Mario RPG's type of like style of RPG. So
Okay.
it's
I
like wouldn't you say, Justin?
I want to say that the Kyle's class was just G
Yeah, I
Be-
think so. But
because
it's
that is
supposed to
actually
be a
one of the classes.
druid. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see this because it just shows up as a big bright light. But
Yeah.
one of the classes that you start at, that you can be starting out at is just G.
Just a Jewish person.
And,
Yeah.
yeah,
But that's South Park, so that's
yeah,
part of the charm.
yeah. So you got Cartman making fun of Kyle for being a Jew all the time, which is
That's
it is
South
what
Park.
it is. Yeah, it's South Park.
I think if you are a South Park fan and that is your thing, the Stick of Truth is pretty damn fantastic.
Agree.
Now I look at this list, and even though it is on two of our lists, mine and yours, Justin, I'll be completely honest with you. In my opinion, it doesn't really compete.
Does it compete with what?
With some of the other stuff that we were talking about, like
Well, I wouldn't say that because the class it's a good RPG. You have you got a Dragonborn in it, and that's still cool. You fart on people, and it's Dragon's Breath, shit like that.
to
And it's fun, and it's got a creative world.
to
I think it should be. I think it should stand up against a lot of these games.
so to me, what makes the South Park game, like, if I let's just say, the most charming part to me about that South Park game isn't the gameplay. It's being able to interact with that world, and that's the most charming part to me. Like, there's a whole Lemmy Wink stage where you're
Yeah.
inside Mr. Slave's asshole. Like, there's a whole stage where you're in Mr. Slave's asshole.
Yeah, and that's fun.
I mean, that's
Like,
pretty fantastic.
and that is dumb fun. And if you can, and if you're having, the whole point of these lists is games that we had fun with.
You get to fight Man Bear Pig, which is pretty
Yeah.
fantastic.
Which shout out to Al Gore for calling Man Bear.
Shout out to Al Gore for inventing the internet. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Thank you, Al Gore. We miss you being vice president. I guess I don't remember what you did.
I wish he was the vice president forever.
Do you know what? He seems like he yeah, I'd vote for
I wish
that.
he was like the Pope. Like, you just vote in a vice president, and that's your vice president.
Let's make him the American Pope.
The Ameripope?
The Ameripope. There we go.
Ameripope.
We'll give him a hat made of biodegradable material.
Yeah.
But
but
no,
I
think
feel
South Park-
like if I'm going to put this on the list, it's not for gameplay. It's for interacting with the world of South Park. And I'll be honest, like, there's not many games on this list that takes that I don't know. Like, that's what makes that game special to me, is the fact that you get to really interact with this already known world. And
I'm gonna go ahead and defend it and say that it should be on the list simply for the fact it was very fun. It did what most RPGs do, and the world building is an aspect of the channel that we don't get to visit very often because we haven't really got to do that in a while. So I think just for that aspect, and I mean, all these games have some sort of interaction with the world, but a lot of these are not as good at doing it. Let's take.
So I will say this: like, I'm looking through our lists here, and there isn't many of these. I don't. Besides maybe Batman, there isn't many of these worlds that didn't start out as video games, and I think that one is a good example of a game taking a known world and doing it right. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
like,
let's take it on its on its own merit as a game against. Okay, we'll put it up against Pillar's Journey. You interact with the world. Uh, you, I think South Park does a better job of interacting with Pillar's Journey does, to be quite honest.
Yeah, because they're
Pillar's
both like classic RPGs almost, kind of. Sort of.
Yeah,
Look, I
but
don't really have a horse in the race, but it does sound like both of you both really enjoy the game.
But just
Yeah.
different aspects. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it for the same reasons that Matt does, plus my own. I think it should be. I think it's. But Matt said that he didn't feel like it could compete, and I completely 100% disagree. I think that
maybe
game
I
should stand
don't.
to be higher.
You think it should be higher, huh?
I think it could be, honestly. Like if we're going to get real, if we're going to get real about it, and even though I have it at so low, I could be wrong. It has happened at least once in my life. I could be wrong.
So you have it at 78. I have it at 86. If we take the difference, that will land it around 80 or 81. Maybe 82. Because that is an 8-point difference, right? So that will be 82.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's put it
What-
there because
what-
I
What
am
do you think, Andrew?
What's the other points of contention in 82?
At the 82 slot, I have EVO Search for Eden, which only Justin has played.
I don't know if I played that.
And Darksiders 2. But we got some good stuff in the middle too. We got like Bravely Default. We got well, I don't know. Turtles in Time is really good.
He's wanting to. He doesn't even want to look at Mountain Blade.
I don't even want to look at what.
You know, we have Mountain Blade as well.
Oh, I know. I saw Mountain Blade in there. I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
Pretty trash game.
Oh my god.
I think 82 seems to be a good spot because you both really enjoy it, and for different reasons. So it's not like you're arguing making the exact same argument. You're both making two valid arguments, which I think shows that it probably needs to be on the list.
All right. 82, we agree?
Yeah.
Jokey. South Park The Stick of Truth coming in at 82. So we're back at 86 because we still haven't figured that out. So we got State of Decay. We have Kingdom Hearts 2, DMC, Pillars of Eternity. Yeah, that's what we got. Dead air, guys. Dead air.
Well,
Sorry, I was just thinking.
Justin, tell us about. I fucking hate Kingdom Hearts. Tell us about Kingdom Hearts.
well, it's
oh no! All of our cameras are messed up. They're all frozen.
Oh no!
Let me try to fix
frozen?
this. No, Andrew went away and it froze on the Steam Labs. Okay, mine's back going. Yours is not. So I'm gonna have
What
to
do I
fix
do?
that. No, you don't have to do anything. I just gotta fix it.
I'm back. I'm back.
I just gotta fix the window captures. It ain't a big deal. You guys continue to talk.
Well, Kingdom Hearts is when a mommy Disney and a daddy Square Enix love each other very much and want to make money, and so they have a baby.
Can you
And-
see me right now?
No, we cannot.
Okay. I can hear you guys talking, but I don't actually have my Discord app isn't open
Oh,
on the computer. And I
That's-
can't get it to open. So that's weird.
That is weird.
don't worry. Justin's just in like. Oh wait, no. Move, Justin. Move your arm. Flail your arms around. Okay, thank you. You're looking good. Okay.
Thank you. Anyway, while Matt's doing that, I'll continue to
Yeah, go ahead and
I
continue.
think I think I'll just stay off camera in case it kicks me again. We don't have to refix it.
That's fine. I will make you I got a little hidden gem back here I can pull out.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you playing a Final Fantasy Disney World where multiple everybody it's just Disney. You go to different Disney movies, uh, House of Wonderland, Agrabah, all these places, and the whole point is to fight the Heartless that are coming out. And it's good God, to tell this story, I would need at least a good 9 hours.
Well,
And,
I guess
and
that's
yeah,
my problem with it.
there's so much of it. Well, yeah, that is a huge major problem with it, is that there is so much of it that you don't know like where to begin with it, because a lot of it is like after the first one you went to Game Boy, and you had to play a card game to figure out the rest of the story. Of course, there wasn't really that much of the story to get from the Game Boy game. I think you just got a different ending from the first one. And who wants to play a cell phone game, or I mean, a shitty card game based on a different game? Then you had all these other all this other shit, and it took them years and years to even make a third that was actually true to everything. So I think all in all, they have 13 games, which is a lot to get through. My nephew has the entire collection. He gave it to me on his PlayStation 3 or 4, whatever we're up to. And I got about at day 2, I was like, fuck this, because I'm not doing it all. Which is why the whole thing ranks so low. But if you just take like the 1, 2, and 3, which I didn't finish 3, so I don't know. But 2 was actually pretty good. Like, they're not bad. There's some really redeeming parts about the whole thing. It's
Andrew,
really not bad.
have you played Kingdom Hearts 2?
I have not played any of the Kingdom Hearts. No. I think I really wanted to play it when I was younger, and I just missed out on it. I missed the boat, and it's a lot for me to look at and just go, I can't handle that.
Well, I think it's a game that you can't stream at all. Because I'm pretty sure the second you try, Disney's going to come out and beat you to death.
I can see that.
So
So,
there's a lot to it. There's way, you can say there's too much to the franchise, and I'll be willing to admit it's not a perfect series, but 2 was pretty good. I mean, 1 was good, 2 was really pretty good, and I'm using pretty good in Matt terms, where pretty good is really good.
Right.
So we got 4 games vying for this slot, and we're only going to be adding more games as it goes. Is there anything else that, like, let me look what I've cut here. What have I cut from my lists? Not much. I think I am willing to cut State of Decay, because I think I'm the only one on the cast here that really has a lot of enjoyment for that game.
I don't think I've even played State of Decay.
I really love it.
I played it for a while.
So what?
I played it for a while. It's pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I think I really liked it a little bit more than probably its merits have to feel that. You know what I mean? Like I enjoyed it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and cut State of Decay because I feel like it needs to happen. So that leaves us with Kingdom Hearts 2, DMC, and Pillars of Eternity. So of those 3, which one would you put forward there, Justin?
DMC was probably the weakest of the games. So I'm gonna drop DMC for Kingdom Hearts 2.
So you want to put Kingdom Hearts 2 at this position?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a hill I'm willing to die on.
What do you
I
think?
have no objections. I have no objections.
And you want to continue to maybe push Pillars of Eternity forward, Justin, or did you want to drop it?
I will leave in the race. I'm not gonna.
Okay, well, eventually we need to talk about it.
This is
eventually
Pillars of
we-
Eternity ends up being a number one game.
It's probably going to
This
be
is-
number one because it
Disney
is.
just keeps going. I'll talk about it in a minute. We'll talk about it. Go around.
Somehow it beats Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. We don't know how.
Okay, so I will take your opinion and put Kingdom Hearts 2 on here. Kingdom Hearts 2 at 86. 85 opens up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, and Bravely Default, along with Pillars of Eternity.
I never played that particular turtle game.
Turtles in Time? We've played Turtles in Time together, Justin.
Have we?
Yes. That's an SNES beat 'em up game.
Oh my god, that one! I haven't thought about that one back in years.
Okay, let me just throw a little. Let me defend Turtles in Time for a second.
Yeah, go ahead. I love it too, 'cause I love Ninja Turtles.
Okay, Turtles in
Okay.
Time is it's a Capcom beat 'em up, so we know it's good because it's a Capcom beat 'em up. All Capcom beat 'em ups are fantastic. That's the same people that done, like the Simpsons game and the Marvel ones and stuff like that. They are fantastic beat 'em ups. So Turtles in Time, 4-player. You're the Ninja Turtles. You go around. You eat some pizza. Every one of the turtles plays differently. They all have different move sets and attacks. So the first couple of stages are you're in Manhattan doing Ninja Turtle stuff, and then you get sucked into like this time like thing put out by it's Kang, right? The one that's in the stomach.
Yeah.
God damn, I don't.
Is there?
There's my 10-year-old me would be very disappointed with my knowledge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What was your question, Andrew?
So is there an arcade version of this game?
Yes, there is an arcade version of this game.
Yes.
Okay, because I've played the arcade version.
And it's the big arcade machine that has the 4 controllers on
Yeah.
it and like the big
Yeah.
screen.
And you
Yeah.
always could find someone. You could always find a group to play that with.
Yeah,
It was always
Like,
a group.
you do all kinds of cool shit. You go to like prehistoric time and fight Rocksteady and Bebop. You go to the future. You go to like you just go all you hit. You bip-scop around and go to different kinds of times. And it's amazing.
You Bill Cosby really hard there for a second. And not the bad kind of Bill Cosby where you sit stuff in people's drinks and get to prison.
Yeah, like the good where he's talking about pudding pops.
Yeah.
Do you
But-
think that this game is better than everything that it would be below it on the list?
So here's what I'll look at. So everything below this list so far, there is, well, 3. There is not a single, there's not a single arcade game below us. The only thing that would be closest to what an arcade would be is maybe Overcooked. I could see Overcooked being in an arcade. That would be a fun fucking arcade game, because everyone would hate you. But that would be a fun arcade game. And I think for what it does as an arcade experience, and I don't think any of us have any other arcade games on their list, to me, for variety's sake, I would love to put an arcade game at 85. Because to me,
I-
like that is that quintessential '90s beat 'em up arcade game, and that's what I think.
Is this your freebie?
No,
Okay.
I'm just looking at what else we have fighting for the 85 slot.
I will allow this to be an 85, but I am unwilling to drop anything for it.
That's reasonable.
So you may have your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't know.
It's a really fun game. That is a really fun game.
The only other choice I would put in this slot would probably be the Simpsons game, the Simpsons beat 'em up game from the '90s. Because I also think that game is pretty fucking amazing. Maybe the X-Men one is also really good too. But
Oh yeah.
but all of those are Capcom beat 'em ups. They're all fucking great. Like
I remember my brother used to take my tokens to play that game. The X-Men.
oh. Yeah, it's a good game. And those were like 50-cent games too. There's like
Yeah.
50 cents a play, man.
Those were
You
like
know,
Aladdin's Palace tokens. You get like a quarter, and you give 'em a quarter, you get one.
you had to throw like $13 at this game to play it all the way through. So all right. Everybody in agreement?
I'm cool with it.
All right. Yeah, Turtles and Tom making the list. I like that game. All right. So adding in to Bravely Default and Pillars of Eternity, we have Golden Sun, The Lost Age, and ActRaiser.
I don't remember ActRaiser that much.
Okay, I'll explain ActRaiser real quick. ActRaiser is an SNES game. You play God, and little creatures have infested this area of, there's like, I would say like very, very early medieval top, setting. And like little creatures are infesting an area, attacking like villagers and stuff. And you, as God, have to build out these guys' societies so they can defend themselves, and then sometimes jump down as an avatar of yourself to beat up some enemies to gain their souls, to spend those souls to help out the villagers, and to close off like the portals to wherever they're coming from. So in a lot of ways, it was a really, really early management sim and a really, really early tower defense game, with a 2D platformer pushed into it too. It was a very unique experience, and one of my childhood that I remember very, very well.
Wow, that was a lot to take in, and I feel like I want to buy pot from the people who made that game.
It was doing a lot.
It fucking sounds like it. Holy shit. Wow. And what was the other one that you had up here?
That was the only one that got added from my list.
Oh.
You have
I got 3.
Bravely Default, Golden Sun, and Pillars of Eternity still left to talk about, unless Andrew has something he wants to put forward.
Not overly much right now, no. I do think we need to come up with a system for if we pass a game up, how long it gets to stay on the list.
I also agree, because Pillars of Eternity was your, 93rd spot there, Justin?
Yeah. Somewhere down there. You know what? This round, I'll have to pick one and drop 2.
Okay.
How about that? That way we're all caught up.
That's reasonable.
Which I will go with Bravely Default over the other ones.
So you're going to keep Bravely Default?
I will keep Bravely Default.
So So Pillars of Eternity is a pretty classic game. I always want to hit on Golden Sun real quick because of its uniqueness.
Okay.
So it's your game, but is this the one that used the sun capture card on the back to generate, like, you had to solar power the game?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind. That's the one I was thinking of.
Uh,
I thought
I
it was
don't know what
cooler
game
than
this
it
is.
was. Never mind.
yeah, I kind of want to play the game that you're talking about.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is Golden Sun is just your traditional RPG. But the only thing that it did that other ones didn't do is well, not many had done, and not as well, is that you had everybody kind of had like their own like little psychic powers, and you could use them like on the field to do like to further the story, to do puzzles, or to just like do secret areas that you normally couldn't get to until you developed the certain powers. You could just reach out like with a gigantic hand and kind of move objects around, or you could read people's mind. Just psychic shit.
I am thinking of Bacta, The Sun is in Your Hand on the GBA. That is what I'm thinking of.
We will be this.
That is not anywhere close to the same.
No,
How
but that game's pretty cool because you have to take your game cartridge outside, and it has solar panels, and you charge up your in-game weapons by playing the game in the sun, so you can do more damage.
That actually, like, I would really want to look into how that works. That's how I would want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of I like what they've done there. It's a good way to make your kids go outside for a little bit.
So you want Bravely Default on to the
I'm
84
excited about
slot.
Bravely Default. I'm defaulting to that.
ActRaiser's for my feels.
Well, you can hold on to it.
So I liked ActRaiser for what it. I think ActRaiser. I'm going to use my card. I vote we put ActRaiser at 84, Bravely Default at 83.
All right.
Sounds good to me. You're using your card.
I ain't
Okay.
mad about it.
Because ActRaiser, to me, like, man, I just have so many memories of that game. And then Bravely Default, huh? Nope. All right, 82 is currently sitting at South Park: The Stick of Truth, so we can skip 82. Going into 81, we have Evo: Search for Eden, Breath of Fire 2, Mountain Blade, Darksiders 2, and Twisted Metal Black's already on the list. So we got Darksiders 2, Mountain Blade, Evo, Search for Eden, Breath of Fire 2. So
I also I want to throw. I don't like the way you just kind of spit the name of Mountain Blade out. You just kind of you kind of spit.
defend Mountain Blade. Defend Mountain Blade.
Okay, I will do. Yeah, I'll defend it. It is a very good war simulator, and it's the graphics are not perfect by any means, far from it. But it is a fun war simulator that I think the whole family can enjoy.
So this is a first-person game, right?
Can be. I usually play it third person over the shoulder, but yeah.
Okay, so you say this is a good war simulator. What makes it better than like something like Total War or Mordhau or something like that?
I never played those games.
Okay. Well, what does it do? Explain War Simulator.
Okay. Well, you go around and you find you can either join like a larger faction, a kingdom, and these kingdoms are pretty much like how England used to be. Everybody was always at war with each other, you know, just for whatever. And you can either join them or you can be off on your own. You can go around and you can gather your own troops. You have to have a certain amount of money to pay them each week. Train them. You can take prisoners, whether it be just like a common bowman, or you can take a king if you want to. If you happen to fight them, and it gives you the opportunity to capture them.
So what is the gameplay like? I need to know. Like, you say you can do these things. What is the gameplay?
Well, there's a couple different ways you can play. A lot you can have mostly just like running around on the ground troops, which you mostly come across because horses are expensive.
But this is a third person. Like, is it Skyrim kind of? What? Like, what kind of gameplay is it? Is it strategy? Is it?
Well, there's a bit of strategy in it, and it's all. I would say so. It has elements of strategy and hack and slash because you are also on the field. You are also running around. You are riding around on a horse. You are slashing enemies. You are there as well, and you are just as like you. It's not like I don't know what those games. I can't remember what the games. Dynasty Warriors. It's not like that where you are some ultimate power, or you can just sit there and take on thousands of enemies and you're a god. You're just. I'd say you're a little bit stronger as just as much as anybody else. Like you are not anything magically special. You are just a person, and you have to level up your troops and decide which path you want to take them on their level ups. Do you want them to be more of archer? Do you want them to be more of cavalry?
Now, is this the first Mountain Blade?
Yeah, that's what I'm because I haven't played it. I haven't played the second.
West is asking if Shadow of the Colossus is on anyone's list. No, it's not, but that is a good thing to put on a list. I like Shadow of the Colossus a lot.
I don't remember playing it.
Oh, it's a great game. It's a late PlayStation 2 game too. Man, Mountain Blade. What do you have any opinions there, Andrew?
Not overly much. We're into games that I really haven't played at this point. I've never the only game somewhat similar to that I've played, I guess, is Dynasty Warriors, and even then, I only played it a little bit. So I have no strong opinions one way or the other right now.
So Darksiders 2 is on mine and Justin's list.
Where is your Darksiders at?
75.
And what number are we on right now?
81. Now, I do like me some Darksiders 2.
Darksiders 2 is good.
Is it better than Mountain Blade?
Different.
It's different. It is different. You're right. It's more of like an RPG, like Zelda kind of clone.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, we can't. If we were comparing Pepsi to Coke, I'd go for it. But we're comparing Pepsi to Sprite at this point. Yeah, or Sprite.
Well, let me talk about my two games real quick, and we'll go from there. Okay. So we got coming in at my 82 slot. We got Evo Search for Eden. This is probably the high concept game that's not going to stick for you guys, but it's kind of low concept in a lot of ways. So it is a 2D platformer RPG, okay, that
Alright.
shows it's all about the evolution of your little character. You start off this game as a little fish boy, and you eat other fish till you gain enough evolution points by eating their DNA so that you can evolve. So you evolve into like a dorsal fin, or you evolve bigger jaws, or you make your tail bigger so you can swim faster, or you make your body bigger so you have more health. And you go around and you eat smaller creatures to keep on evolving into new things. Well, eventually you fight a boss. After you kill the boss, you evolve to the next part of evolution. So you start off as a fish, and then you become a land type creature in the prehistoric age, and then you evolve from that to something else. Eventually you evolve into a mermaid angel top creature, and it turned
Okay.
out that I don't know if it's aliens or angels, but that's what made you that's what made the evolutions and stuff happen. But I think it's very unique, and it's, if you look at a game like Manhunter or Maneater that came out last year, kind of done the same
Yeah.
kind of thing. So we're still looking at that type of game currently, and those even like PopCap top games, like what was that, Shark Hunt
Yeah.
or something like that, or Shark Eater, I don't know, something like that,
And
where
then,
you
and then there was one we were playing not too long ago that had a very similar concept.
Mhm.
It's for the Xbox. I think it's for Xbox One. We both played it. Mine died on me halfway
Yeah,
through.
that's
I think
Manhunter
that's
or
Oh,
Maneater.
okay. I thought it was.
Yeah, Feeding Frenzy. That's it, Spossy. That's it. Thank you.
The
So
only thing
yeah,
the only thing I have against it is
Mermaid Angels.
I don't believe in evolution.
You don't believe in evolution? Is that it?
Yeah, I don't believe in evolution. I
That's
think
reasonable.
God made everything.
What if,
And
Mermaid Angels done it
I was-
instead?
I was wanting this to be at It's Always Sunny, but I do believe that.
Okay, now let me talk about Breath of Fire 2 for just a bit. So I know that Breath of Fire 3 is on Justin's list. We
It's very
disagree.
high.
We disagree on which Breath of Fire is better. I like Breath of Fire 2 because what it done to the franchise. So Breath of Fire 1 came out. You're the main character is kind of like a chosen one that can turn into a dragon because he has dragon blood, and you gain a party of adventurers and you go adventuring and you do some things and you save the world. Breath of Fire 2 takes that same kind of concept where you're a newborn like chosen one that can do the dragon powers, and you go along and you get your party going again, and but it evolved from the first one. So there's a fishing mini game which is pretty fun to play. There's a whole new cast of kind of cool characters. There's a whole one of my favorite plot lines in that game is you're supposed to do like a fight to the death with another with a character that's going to be in your party, but you have to but the whole deal is you're supposed to use a poison. You're supposed to knock her out with a poison, but if you do it wrong, you poison yourself, and you have to go into a boss battle at like nearly no health. So I like that whole like bit of being like, oh, we have to knock this person out with a poison, but if you fuck up, you get really punished for it. But
Yeah, and also
you know,
boss fights in this game are no joke.
yeah, they are brutal.
Like,
They are brutal boss
yeah.
fights. Like you got to be
Yeah.
ready for them. But the number one thing that makes me really really like this game and is the fusion system. So you can take two characters in this game and you can fuse their DNA together to make a new character. You can take two of your
Through the
normal
shaman.
party members. Say what?
Through the shaman.
Yeah,
right?
through the shamans. You can take two party members and put them together, and they're a new party member with new abilities, new magics, new strengths, new weaknesses. And I thought that was really unique for a SNES game. Yeah, I just really I really like the game when for what it does. Now, whether or not that makes it stick is another story. But it's
I will defend any Breath of Fire game, but when it gets to 3, there'll be a fight in the yard. But I will say Breath of Fire 2 is very good. I've recently played it, and it's good. It's punishing. If you it's probably one of the harder games that RPGs wise you'll play. Money is not something that you have to kind of pick and choose and kind of prioritize who's going to get what with what limited amount of money you're getting. You can go out and you can fight all day to get all the money you want, but you're going to be fighting all day to get that money, and so you kind of will end up having to, let's say, how most RPGs would be like, okay, every other town you should have enough money to get all the crap you need. This one, you might be able to upgrade someone's weapon.
yeah. And there's a dog man who uses a crossbow.
Who I never use.
And his name's Bo. But he's also, you could also call it Bow. Like he's like a bow wow, like a dog, Justin.
All right, that's enough out of you. You're done.
He's a basset hound, Justin. He uses a crossbow, and his name's Bow.
Everybody, check out the dance stream. No more of Matt. We're taking him out of here. He doesn't get anything after this. I always use. I like Cat, and
Cat's
and
great.
I like, and the big dude. I guess not Rand. Don't. What's his name? Yeah, the big dude who punches things.
Yeah, I think it is Rand.
Is it
Chris Redfield?
Yeah, Chris
Oh, yeah,
Redfield.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, he's a little bit. He's not as capable and probably not as strong as Chris.
Yeah.
Because you don't see this guy punch a fucking boulder.
Yeah, did you know that Chris Redfield's blood contains BCAAs?
Sure. I heard that.
His spit has 400 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Yep.
All the amino
Goddamn.
acids you could ever need.
Piss is ginger beer.
So what are we thinking?
I will go with the Breath of Fire. Oh, yeah, I like
Over all 4 of those?
Let's see, Evo Space Angelfish. I never played it, but I'm gonna go with
I'll cut it from the list. I think it's very unique in what it does for the generation.
I'm
But
not saying it's not unique. I'm just saying I've never played it, so I don't know. From what you've told me, I don't know how to. I'm basing this off of me playing another game really good, rather than a game about a fish alien.
that's true.
And what are the other two that were?
Mountain Blade and Darksiders 2. So Darksiders 2 is a little bit higher on my list. If you want to, do we want to put like maybe a?
Yeah, well, Darksiders 2
we can talk about that when it gets to my position on the list. If you want to.
Yeah.
Do we have anything at 80 right now?
Do we have what?
Anything at 80?
We
We're
don't
doing
have
81.
anything at 80, but I have a strong contender for number 80, and Justin also has a strong contender for number 80. So,
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. So do we?
My vote is for Breath of Fire 2 because I have put more hours and had more fun with it than I have with any of those games besides Darksiders 2, which I could see being.
Brett, what do you think, Andrew?
The arguments seem to be leaning towards Breath of Fire, so I would do it.
Okie dokie. Breath of Fire 2 coming in at number 80.
We
Oh,
can say
at number 81.
We can say Mountain Blade for top 10.
All right, 80 adds 2 games that are kind of bombshell games, in my opinion. I think this is when it starts getting a little bit realer. It adds Unreal Tournament,
Or Unreal.
and it adds Dark Souls 3.
Oh no.
Nope. You know what? We'll do it like this. Unreal Tournament gets the 80 slot. Darksiders 3 moves up. We save it for later because it deserves to be higher on the list.
Dark Souls 3.
Yep, I think that's how that should go.
Is
But
Dark
you know
Souls
me.
3 on your list?
God, yeah, it is. I don't know where, but it should be high. If
You have
it's
Dark
not, I was
Souls.
on-
You have
I was
Dark
on
Souls.
drugs.
He has Dark Souls 3 at number 18. Andrew.
Woo!
All right. I will not fight Dark Souls.
No, that's a
I'm
fight.
not strong enough to fight Dark Souls. So
That is another one of those fights in the yard.
So we're going to put Darksiders 2 at number 80. Is that the deal?
Man,
I thought, what happened under a tournament?
Oh yeah, I thought that's what you wanted to do. You said Darksiders 2 at number 80.
No, I meant Unreal Tournament.
Oh, you said Unreal Tournament?
Yeah, because that's what we're doing this for.
I mean, my
right?
Unreal
And
Tournament's at number 68. So,
We can go higher with it.
no, I think 80 would be fine. But I want to know Andrew's opinion. Do we need to talk about Unreal Tournament any?
No, I appreciate. I have played Unreal Tournament a few times, and I appreciate what it is.
Yeah.
So I understand it getting that spot.
Like to me, that is the Twitch shooter. Like that was my Twitch shooter of my childhood. Like spinning around with a sniper rifle, just no scoping people like in hallways. Oh, I love it. So I got a fun little story I want to talk about with Unreal Tournament real quick. So Justin might remember this, but I done my damnedest to put that game on as many computers as I could at Pisgah my senior year. I put that computer, on dial-up and stuff like that. I bet you I put Unreal Tournament on like probably 60 to 70% of the computers at Pisgah. If you didn't know, which but my viewers didn't know, I used to go by the handle Dr. Love. That was my handle. I always play pink characters, generally females. I became like a frightening ghost person when they would see Dr. Love in the lobbies, because they didn't know who it was. They didn't know what girl was playing Dr. Love in the lobbies, going around destroying them. It was real fun my senior year, just killing new players on that game as Dr. Love, and it's really cool. Just flat cannoning people, and just like I said, no scoping people. Man, it's great. It's a great time for me.
So would you keep that where it is, or would you move it up the list?
I would keep it at 80. So my nostalgia pushed it into the high 60s. So I think I would keep it at 80. That sounds like a good spot for me. But yeah, I love playing that game over dial-up and stuff. Yeah, like it's an amazing game.
There it is. I agree.
So
I
we're
have that very similar experience.
yeah. So we're sitting at an hour and a half. Do we want to pump down to 75? Knock out 4 more games?
This is going a lot quicker than it was
Yeah.
last time, so I'd say we just keep pumping.
Keep on running. Yeah.
So coming in at 79, we have. Are you keeping Mountain Blade, Justin?
Yeah. I'm gonna hold on to Mountain Blade. We'll
Did-
see how far I can.
Are
ride
we
that.
keeping Golden Sun?
No, we'll drop it. That was
Okay.
one of the ones I had to drop.
Okay. So we got Mountain Blade, and we got Wolfenstein New Order.
Oh god damn it! Well, never mind.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and put Dark Souls 3 we need to put it somewhere on the list as a placeholder. Okay, can we talk about that just for a second?
All right. Do you want to put it at like 30 or something like that? Because it's Dark Souls 3. Put it at 30.
I agree.
Okay. We'll put a star beside it. We'll talk about it later.
I can't wait till we get up into the 60s and I'm like, Mass Effect's going. Mass Effect 2 is going up the list. Just so everybody knows.
Wait, do the Mass Effect get their own separate games, or do they get like their
Well, yeah.
own game? Well, hold
Yeah.
on. The only reason why I'm asking that is because they recently came out with the new edition that has them all, and so I was wondering if that negated the 1, 2, 3 aspect. Gave us the one game.
No, I don't think it does. I think that
Okay.
those are
That's
all
fine.
separate.
I didn't know if we
Because I would have put Master Chief Collection as number 1 on my list.
Yeah,
and that would
probably.
just be-
Yeah. Yeah, I think a good example of what you're talking about, Justin, would have been, we put Mario Kart Deluxe on there, where that's just like a bunch of remixed tracks and stuff from the past. Like they remixed that game. So
That's fair.
So 79, Wolfenstein New Order, Mountain Blade, Devil May Cry 5. Only thing I'm saying is you get to kill a whole lot of Nazis in my choice. Like, you get to murder a lot of Nazis.
You could possibly get to kill a whole bunch of Nazis in Devil May Cry 5. They just may be in demon form.
Demon Nazis?
They might be.
That's true.
Is it called out in the game?
I'm sorry?
Is it called out in the game that they're demon Nazis?
No.
Okay. Which is worse, demons or Nazis?
Well, we know that Nazis exist. We don't know that the demons do.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to go ahead and say that Nazis are probably worse than demons.
So wait a minute. You would rather make a deal with a demon than a Nazi?
Yeah, well, this is the Hawkeye Pierce reasoning, and let me explain this. They asked him in MASH which one was worse, war or hell, and he said war is worse than hell, and they're like, well, how is that? He's like, because there are no innocent people in hell. In war, we have kids and innocent people. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, yeah, Nazis are worse than demons.
All right.
By that logic.
So, sounds good.
Yep.
What do you think, Andrew?
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about demons to dispute it, so I'll just...
So are we cutting the DMC5, or are we keeping it?
I would like to see that go up the ranks. I'd like to keep it because it's a good game.
Okay.
It probably ain't the best one they put out, but it's a good
one. Okay. Let's talk. Let me just talk a little bit about Wolfenstein. So,
but Wolfenstein also deserves to be on the list. I will not.
Well, are we? So we're putting Wolfenstein at 79.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I can make my case for DMC5 later if we want to. But I'm willing to get rid of. I'm willing to drop Mountain Blade for DMC5.
Reasonable. Okay, so just a little bit about Wolfenstein before we put it on the list totally. So it is an alternate history game where the Nazis won. They nuked New York City and a couple other places on the United States, seaboard, and mostly because they had like high tech. They had like weird, almost alien tech and stuff like that. They had like super soldiers and all kinds of stuff like that. But the game takes you are BJ Blazkowicz, and you were knocked out in the 40s, and you wake up in the 1960s, in Europe, and you have to kind of deal with a 1960s Nazi regime. And the game does some like really really cool stuff because you can play the game really stealthily, or you can go in like guns a-blazing. It has a lot of good nods to old Twitch shooters of the early '90s, and you know, killing Nazis is always a good thing. It makes you feel good to kill Nazis. And the weird thing about that game, I'll say this too, is that not only are you killing Nazis in the 60s, the game goes off the fucking rails several times. Where you're just doing your thing, right? And then you're like, alright, doing my thing. Wait, why am I going to the fucking moon, man? What am I at the moon for? You know? What?
To get the codes for the launch back on Earth, because why would you keep those two things anywhere near each other?
Yeah. You go to the moon. You there's a stage in the game where you're on trial, right, for murdering a bunch of fucking Nazis, and you break free, right? You break out and you murder a bunch of fucking Nazis, and it's it's in your head. You're just having a dream the whole time. It's great. They do a lot of really neat things in that game. And all the weapons feel strong. There's not like you never feel weak in that game. Like it's really good.
Nope. I also want to point out two absurd points in this game that, you know what, they're pluses for ingenuity. The first one's going to be a experimental Nazi body that you put your severed head onto because yours was cut off after the trial. And reattached by a choker necklace. Let that one sink in, everybody, because that's what happens.
Okay.
And then the second point, and I know that we've mentioned them already once in this cast, so we'll do it again. Jewish technology.
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot about that. Okay. So you remember when we said that the Nazis had like high tech or whatnot? It's because in their world, the Jewish people were like super high tech, like Egyptian style people, and that was all of their tech. The Nazis stole all this ancient Jewish technology.
Let that one sink in, everybody.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, because toward the end of the game, you get a set of Jewish power armor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is Casey still on this? I want her to chime in about the Jewish power armor.
Yeah, you get Jewish Master Chief armor. You get the Jewish Mjolnir.
Hell yeah.
Which, you know what, that's I think that's just as good. I think that's fine.
There's also really good scenes in that game too. There's this Nazi lady that's kind of like after you through that whole game, and she's rough. Like there's a whole stage where you're in a concentration camp, which is kind of rough. There's like you have coffee with the antagonist on a train at one point in time, and her whole deal is like basically talking about how Jewish people aren't people, and it's pretty rough. There's a lot of really good scenes in that game if you've never played it. Like, yeah, you're going around with big old guns killing Nazis, but there's also just really good scenes.
Yeah.
This is the New Order?
This is the New Order, yeah. Actually, both are playable, and I would suggest playing them back to back because that gives you one good storyline if you play them back to back.
New Order and
New Colossus.
New Colossus.
Yeah, if you play those two games back to back, you get one good culmination of a story. So yeah, and you get to see
Yeah.
really old Hitler,
You get to see really old Hitler,
and he
trying to be a
pisses himself.
Yeah. So yeah, about the technology in the game. So it's almost like the Nazis have like Tesla style mech and shit like that kind of technology, and the Jewish technology is more like ancient aliens, floaty technology that is a lot more sophisticated. And I think that's an interesting way because I don't believe that there has ever been anything that has ever portrayed. I
The Jewish people as ancient aliens.
The Jewish people as a technologically evolved people beyond like anything that the world has ever seen.
Let me tell you, Moses walked down to a fucking river and turned it into blood. Okay, like that guy's pretty hardcore.
Well, that was magic. This is technology.
Oh, what if it was technology the whole time, man? They just called it magic.
Oh shit! Mind blown. Fact. All right. Well, I guess Bible drill, everybody.
So the reason why we're putting Wolfenstein: The New Order at 79 is because of Jewish technology.
Yes. Yes. Jewish technology and movie director Hitler pissed himself.
Yeah. Incontinent Hitler and Jewish technology.
Put that in parentheses. That
If we were naming these, this it would either be named Piss Wizard Hitler or Jewish tech.
Space Jews? I don't know.
Yeah, one of the two. All right, so we're going into 78. That was fun. 78, we got Uncharted. Justin South Park, the Stick of Truth's at 78. So we got Uncharted, Devil May Cry 5, or Devil May Cry 5.
I never played Uncharted. Go ahead and drop that bombshell. I've heard Nathan Drake's an asshole, though.
So Uncharted is as close to an Indiana Jones game as you can get without playing one.
Without being Tomb Raider.
Without being Tomb Raider. Well, I don't think the current Tomb Raider games are Indiana Jones games. I really don't. I think they've evolved into something else. But Nathan Drake
now.
Yeah. But Nathan Drake, the Drake games are definitely Indiana Jones. Like explosions happen and he's kind of a sassy dickhead. So I played this game a few years back, and maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was the first time I played it too. I didn't play it when it originally came out on the PS3, and I had a really, really fun time. Now there are some dated sequences. The jumping has not aged very well, and the platform, I'm just gonna say the platforming aspect of the original Uncharted hasn't aged very well. But so you're on a race to find some stuff, right? Because you're a treasure hunter, and you're doing some stuff, and then suddenly this game turns into a fucking horror game, and like you're like, why is this a horror game all of a sudden? So the whole game is set in like the Pacific, so like a Pacific island somewhere that some Nazis had taken over, like during World War II. Well, they got stranded there, and they got like basically sealed in these bunkers, and they evolved being sealed away from everything. So they became like these weird Nazi kind of like the Descent type creatures. What?
When is Uncharted set?
Current day, like today.
Oh.
So I guess it would be like the 2010s.
Okay.
So these Nazis that got sealed away have devolved into these like monster things. And like I said, halfway through the game, it becomes a horror game while you are walking through these World War II bunkers, having to deal with Nazi beasts. And I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting how that game takes a turn.
So they pulled a Combat Evolved where it's like you're fighting one thing and then nope, tricked. This is
Nope.
what this game.
Tricked, yeah. Yep.
Is there ancient Jewish technology?
There's no ancient Jewish technology.
All right. Well, let's just put New World Order up here.
You want me to put it on 78 as well?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and put it up there.
So I want to hear about Devil May Cry 5.
Well, it is back to the original storyline where they went to 4, and then Capcom was like, oh, let's reboot it, and then the entire world went, no, let's not. And then Capcom was like, all right, back to what we were doing. And so Dante is looking a little older these days. Nero from 4 is now missing an arm, and you have a new character. I don't remember his name, and I hated playing as him, but he does little floaty crap. But in place of Nero's arm, you get some cool mechanical arms, and they all do different things depending on which one you do. And you can chain combos with them.
So yeah, so Devil May Cry has always been about like the style of the combat, and does that hold up?
If you're talking about the same kind of style that I'm thinking of, that only counts for Dante.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dante's the only one that has like the style.
But I mean, like I'm talking about like juggling people in the air, juggling combos into other things.
Yeah. Now that part, that I thought you meant like the styles as in his.
Oh, like his point system or whatnot. Yeah.
Or like he has 5. I think he has 5 different styles that he can. Gunslinger, which he primarily goes for guns, swordsman, stuff like that, where he can do different combos. And you can kind of change them mid combat to do more crazy shit to get higher combat. But it's the same. This game's been out forever, so I don't care if it's spoiler alert or not. It's the same thing that it's always been. It is a continuation of what happens to Virgil from the other games. You find out that he's somebody very important all of a sudden to other people, and we're like, oh god, no! How shocking! We couldn't have figured that out by looking at people's hair. But it's I would say it's the demons in it are not as creative as they once were. They're mostly bug demons, but all in all, I'd say it's a fairly good game, and I think it deserves where it's ranked at.
Okay. So what do you think, Andrew? What's your thoughts between those two?
It's been on the stream, I guess. For a long time, I thought Castlevania and Devil May Cry were the same thing.
Nice.
I don't know where those two things got together in my head. I don't know where they blended.
You know, I bet you it was at the Lord of Shadows, like that game, because that game kind of plays like Devil May Cry.
Oh, okay. I was never very good at it, and I set it down, so I never really got into Devil May Cry. But I really do like Naughty Dog, so in this case, I would lean towards Uncharted, but that's where I'm leaning, just off this.
So, let me look here.
I think we should sell this like adults, Matt.
Oh yeah.
I'll rush and bill you for it.
Okay, I'll go first.
That's fine.
Well, drive on over here.
All right, I'll be right over.
I'm going to give it to I'm gonna give it Devil May Cry.
What's your
I'll-
reason behind that?
Mostly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you here. I want to put Uncharted at 78 and put Devil May Cry at 77 because I'm looking at both of our 77 choices, and our 77 choices are interesting.
Okay.
So our
Yeah.
so
Looking
my
at that,
my 77 choice is The Sims 3, and Justin's 77 choice is State of Emergency.
which is really hard to defend these days. 10 years ago, it would have been easier to defend based on the climate, but now probably not so much.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, State of Emergency is
It's an early Rockstar game.
it's an early Rockstar game in which it kind of portrays what America is today: massive shooting, and a lot of innocent
Yes,
people getting.
it is a mass shooting simulator. Like
Yeah.
we like to joke, but that's you. So you are part of this. You're part of this like anti-terrorist organization where you just cause terror.
Yeah. So
Like
it's a
you're
little
like
hard to defend that.
anti-gov because the government has taken over so much of the United States. You're like, oh man, we're tired of the government being the terrorists, so we're going to terrorize them.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I will. The reason why it even made the list is because while the message is terrible, and I will concede it I'll concede it. It shouldn't be on the list. It was fun for the mindless shooting that it was.
For 2002, it was pretty fun.
For 2002, it was fun. But nowadays, with looking at it as a grown up and looking at kind of the way things are now, I think it's a little too real and a little too not cool.
Okay.
That's reasonable. So, do we
so,
agree that Uncharted comes in at 78 and DMC5 comes in at 77?
Yeah, and I'm gonna completely drop State of Emergency.
I'm just gonna talk about The Sims 3 just a bit. I really like The Sims 3. I think that
I do as well.
if there is a Sims on the list, it should be The Sims 3.
Agreed.
And we might revisit that later, but as it sits right now, the only problem that I have with The Sims 3 is the amount of money that you have to put into that game to actually play something that you want to play. You know what I mean? And Sims 4 has the same problem. You have to buy so many expansions to get what you want out of that game.
Yes, and I will take it one step further and say I put a lot of money into The Sims 3. It all starts with the pets. Once you buy the pets, you're done. It's over. You're going to buy the rest of it. In fact, I'm probably going to re-download The Sims 3 later.
So, coming in at 76, at 78, we have Uncharted. Coming in at 77, we have Devil May Cry 5. 76, Justin, you have Evagarian. How is this? Evagarian?
Oh my God! Just stop. Evacron Mercenary.
Okay.
Evacron Mercenary. And I have The Last of Us.
I never played The Last of Us. But Evacron Mercenary is an open world.
Well, give me just a second here, okay,
well,
before you
your damn
kick in.
thing.
The Last of Us is Andrew's number 13 game.
Yep.
So it's two of you, Okay.
Yes.
I will move The Last of Us up to 31 and put a star beside it. Because I don't want to have that fight tonight. but it's not. It's
Okay,
better than
do you agree with that, Justin? Do you want to do that?
I don't know. I never played The Last of Us.
Okay, can
Someone-
I meet you in the middle and say 40?
Can I hear a little bit about this game?
Andrew, take it away, because you like this game a whole lot more than I do. I like this game, but I have my problems with this game. But I understand why it's good. That's why it's on my list. So
The Last of Us is, if you look at it as a piece, if you look at it from a like pure gameplay perspective, The Last of Us is nothing special. I will admit that it is a zombie action like survival game, and that's what it is. And it doesn't innovate on any of that. It has a little bit of stealth to it, but I would also argue that The Last of Us is a game that is more than the sum of its parts. And it is a really good, just one of the better narratives I have played in a video game. And I think it ranks as a work of art.
Okay.
Even
Ooh.
even if you don't believe that the gameplay itself is that great, it did a like every big single player game that has come since it is influenced by it. God of War is only the way it is because The Last of Us came out.
So it took. So I'll piggyback on what you're saying there, Andrew. It took what games are as
Mhm.
like, and it's like a single player. Let's take like, because it's a zombie game. So it's
Yeah.
stealth action zombie game. It
There.
took what that game is and gave it theatrical moments. And when I say theatrical moments, I don't say that in like a Marvel term of being like, here's a heroic, here's a heroic moment. I'm talking about like, this is dramatic theatrics. Like there's drama, there's passion, there's feelings, there's sorrow, there's laughter. Like the actors and the scenes is what makes that game for me. So yeah, I agree.
I do want to ask this because now, while I'm not familiar with the game itself, I have heard some things about it. Wasn't there like something kind of politically biased about it? Like, wasn't there? I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But I remember there being a lot of something political was about it. There was something.
There was a lot of that surrounding Last of Us 2, but I don't think we've played that or anything like that. I don't remember anything super political in The Last of Us.
So
Okay.
besides a early, besides an early character being maybe a closeted homosexual, and then like Ellie finding some magazines, that's the only thing I could even think of it even touching political, basis.
Yeah.
Oh.
And even then, that was just hey, don't look at those. Those are none of your business. Top things. It was just like a oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they gave someone some story development, and not everybody liked.
But that's the only thing I could think of that could even touch on politics. So
Okay. Well, that seems like probably what it.
Like the first 30 minutes of that game, like the opening credits to that game is one of the roughest things I've ever played.
yeah, it's real rough. Yeah, it's real rough. If you've never played, it's like playing. So, Justin, you ever seen the Snyder version of Dawn of the Dead?
No.
What?
No.
I never mind then. So, when a zombie movie goes wrong and everything's fine at the beginning, and then shit goes wrong?
Yeah.
Well, you get to play that out in the most, like, I would say the closest sense of the way that you can play it out. Like you get to play it
You are-
from one person's perspective
Not
and
just a person. You start off as a child
as a child.
when
Yeah,
everything's going down.
Okay, so you start this game kind of starts off as you're a child who you're basically like the most vulnerable person that you could possibly be while the entire world is going to complete shit.
it's crumbling around you. Yeah.
Fair enough. That sounds like actually sounds like a very interesting take on it.
So can I
I'll
go ahead?
go to 40 if that's what you wanted to say just then.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I would like to put it at 40. And then
Okay.
we can talk about it.
Yeah. Man, our top, like, I feel like we're going to go 5 at a time from about 50 to the end. I think that's what we're going to end up with.
It's going to be rough, man. We still have to choose a 76.
I thought we defaulted into whatever was up against Last of Us just then.
That would have been Justin's Evacron Mercenary, and I want to know what this is before I agree.
Okay. It's a so you start out you got a you're in a spaceship. You're in a very small spaceship, just you. And it's you and the vastness of space. And I believe no, it's not. I was gonna say I believe it's randomly generated, but I don't believe it is. You go and you can choose to be. You can't choose what path you want to take. Do you want to be like a merchant and fly your goods?
Is
from
this a
place to place?
PC game? Is this a PlayStation game? What is
PC.
what era?
2000.
I'm gonna look this game up because I've never heard of this game.
2010.
Never heard of this game, so I'm gonna take a look at it. Oh, this is a first-person cockpit game.
Yeah. Very open world. Very, you get to choose your own path. You can be a bad guy. You can be a merchant. You can do pretty much a lot of whatever you want. Or you can just fly around and shoot people with your space lasers and pew pew. There's really no wrong way to play it.
Okay.
But it's really fun. And also, strangely enough, multiplayer. Me and my brother used to play it a lot, and it's pretty decent. I haven't been able to find a game that did what it did.
So
really,
this is similar to something like oh man, what is that MMO in space? Eve.
Now I've never played Eve. I've heard that if you the only thing I've ever heard about Eve is if you like math and space, you're gonna love this. But I don't know.
Yeah, this is similar to what Eve is. Similar. Not exactly.
Probably without the MMO.
Okay, what makes this game special to you?
I really like I have played a couple of other space cockpit games, but this one seems to do it better. And it's really, really good. Like I like the open world. Like there's really nothing, you can't play it wrong. The ship battles are really fun. It's just fun. Like there's not really a set story that to it. It's just however you want to play. You can kind of make up your own story in your own head. Like I'm gonna do this for the space bitches, or I'm gonna do this for the space motherland, or whatever floats your fancy.
All right.
The end.
So you look at some things about it. I'm interested to see what it got like
Critically.
I believe it got 70%.
looks like about a 7, yeah, sitting in the 7s. So it is definitely an indie top game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of systems going on here. This, yeah. This is a 2010 game?
Mhm.
Okay.
The only thing from my list that I would like throw at this right now would be something like Gears of War 2.
Mm,
And I don't even think that I'll want it on the list now that I'm thinking about it.
really?
I think if I were to like really throw out Gears, it would have been back in the 80s.
So I
I
have
just
Gears 3 on my list.
And see, I had 2. I really, really liked Gears 2, but I'm digressing from the point here.
I'm trying to look at some of Edward's stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And he has Dragon Age down here at 23. And I don't think Dragon Age is on any of our other lists, right?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like fight you on anything, Justin. I just don't think. Like looking at what that is I think you is that a feels game for you, Justin?
Nope.
Because there's some cool games out here that does this kind of stuff. That is man, I don't want to be mean, but I guess I'm gonna be mean. That is generally better.
How do you know?
I'm just looking at like critically speaking here.
But you, I mean,
I'm
I
just
guess-
looking.
I-
I'm looking
I-
at numbers
I guess-
here. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying I'm looking at numbers. Like, I don't want to shit on your game. It's just I'm just kind of looking at this, and I'm just like, oh my lord.
Well, what is your? Walk me through your thought process, because I'm not seeing what you're
So,
trying to
have you
say here.
have you played? What is that game? I'm trying to say here. What is that game? Is it Everspace? I think it's Everspace. You ever played this game, Everspace?
Don't believe so.
Okay. So, Everspace, it doesn't have any multiplayer attached to it. It's a single player game, and you can play it in cockpit view if you want. And I think it does what you want. I think it does what that game that you have on your list does, but maybe a little bit more modern. I wouldn't say better because I've never played the one that you've played, but I have played Everspace, and Everspace is pretty sweet. It's easy, it's approachable. You can kind of do the same kind of thing. It has roguelike elements. It's it's a different type of game though. Now, does your game have a storyline to it too?
I'm sure there's story elements there
But
are story
you
elements to it.
played the multiplayer more than anything.
I've played single player as well, and the story doesn't change based on if you play with somebody or not. And when I say multiplayer, I mean like 2 people are playing this, not like it's not an MMO.
Oh well, it had capture the flag mode. I was just wondering if you
Well,
played
there is that
competitively.
aspect, there is that aspect of it, but you can play it single player, and it will have a story elements to it.
I'm just trying to see, like, I don't know. What are you thinking, Andrew?
I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea about this. I have no experience playing these.
Yeah, I think that is my issue. Is I have zero experience playing Mercenary here, but I do have some experience playing some other games like that. I just don't know enough about it. I mean, are you? Is your dick real hard for it, Justin?
I mean, it's on the list. And so far, I haven't heard reason for it to not be.
Mm-mm. Well, mostly because we just don't have any like real experience with it. I think that's the problem with it.
Like,
Because that one's so flyball that I have no knowledge of that game. I didn't even know that game existed.
Well, I think that's when you two are going to have to. I think this is just going to come down to you have to outvote me on it.
Yeah. I like Final Fantasy IX in that spot. I kind of like StarCraft 2 in that spot too. But I just don't. I'm just trying to like figure out. I guess you've just not sold me on it yet. You know what I mean? I don't.
I'll say you've been a lot more impassioned about some of the games that are lower down the list than you are this one.
Yeah, I'll admit to that too. Like I feel like you were way more passionate about Mountain Blade than you were this game.
See that face, Jim?
I feel like I dropped those games pretty quick. I feel like this is the only one I really.
I guess I've never even heard you. I've never even heard you talk about this game. I don't know.
You never heard me talk about Shin Megami Tensei either.
That's true. Keep it to yourself, I guess.
I mean, it's a game I played back in 2010.
Hey, Justin, do you want to use your freebie and do this?
No.
All right.
Justin's gonna be like, my freebie and put Final Fantasy VI at number 1. We're like, shit.
All right, then I suggest then I'll fight you. I think Saints Row 3 needs to be on there at 76 before that game.
I don't think I'll win a fight against Saints Row 6.
Saints Row 3.
Saints Row 3. I won't win that fight because
well, that's
Saints Row 3 is a completely different beast and way more popular.
But the entirety of this list is apples to oranges anyway, so I think that's our problem.
I think we should just put Dragon's Dogma in this spot.
Fuck it.
Yeah, there we go. Dragon. Yep, that's it.
There we go.
Get rid of Evacron Mercenary and Saints Row 3.
It's there. Dragon's Dogma. I'm not getting rid of Saints Row 3. Suck my dick.
So wait, we just got rid of mine for something that wasn't even on anybody's list?
Yes.
No. Well, no. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody has to give up something for me to drop this.
I'll give up.
And it's gotta hurt, Matt. I want this to
Oh
hurt.
my god. You don't even give a shit about this game that you're trying to defend.
I obviously do because I'm defending. I haven't defended any of these games that much.
I will give up. Ugh. I will give up the first Rock Band for this list.
All right, fair.
I will give up the first Rock Band for Saints Row 3.
Okay.
Because I know Rock Band 2's on your list.
Yep.
Uh,
And I put way too much money in that game to drop it. So.
all right. Coming in at 76 is Dragon's Dogma.
Fuck you, Duncan.
You heard it here first, folks.
I hate what he does. He's basically giving us a meme.
What have become?
What have
Yeah.
become?
Now we're back to those fucking days.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So our first 25 here. What do we got? What do we got?
First 25. Starting at 100, we have Dino Crisis 2, Fallout 2, Puzzle Quest, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty Black Ops, Mario 64, Dance Dance Revolution Max 2, Twisted Metal Black, Overcooked, Bully, Halo Combat Evolved, Fable, Mario Kart Deluxe 8, Wii Sports, Kingdom Hearts 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, ActRaiser, Bravely Default, South Park, The Stick of Truth, Breath of Fire 2, Unreal Tournament, Wolfenstein, New Order, Uncharted, Devil May Cry 5, Dragon's Dogma, and Borderlands 2.
Okay,
We
I
have
don't have to
we
look.
have also filled out tentatively Resident Evil 8 in the 65 slot, Prey at the 64 slot, Last of Us at the 40 slot, Dark Souls 3 at the 30 slot, which is currently our highest scoring game. So, and that's what we
Justin, you
got.
have the highest scoring game now. Does that
Right now, does that make you feel better?
You killed
So
Rock
wow.
Band for this baby I don't understand space shooter. Hope you feel good.
I don't understand what you mean by baby. You don't understand. Like what part of it is?
I don't know. It doesn't
don't
look good
deserve-
to me.
Well, you haven't played it.
I
so
know.
how-
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, this is. It
I
doesn't
haven't
look like
played-
something I would enjoy. I'll just say that. I looked at
Well,
the keyboard controls and all of them were hotkeys, and it looks like something I would not enjoy.
I mean, none of us played ActRaiser, so I don't know.
That's true, but at least you'd have a directional pad and an A and a B, and you know what to do. But that keyboard picture made me go, no, I don't want this. I don't want this at all.
I mean, I knew what I was doing. I figured it out pretty quick.
I can't wait to see you guys play Dragon's Dogma on stream.
Oh man, it's gonna be sweet.
Uh,
It's such a meme game. You're right. Oh, look at that hot dog. Come here, girl. Come here. Oh, come here, sweetheart. Oh, what a sleepy girl.
So
But-
2 weeks in, we have 25 games.
We have 25 games in 2 weeks.
I say we keep it rolling.
Yeah. That was good.
Where we going?
I say we go to 70 tonight.
We're currently in 2 hours, 20 minutes. It's 12 o'clock. I don't know. I think we call it. Unless Andrew's filling up for it.
It is 12. I got to get up in the morning. So as much as I would like to keep going, I am going to have to get off eventually. So
Okay. Well, this has been Matt from the Groundbreakers.
Justin from Gen Stream and the Groundbreakers.
and Andrew or Dexter Hawkins from the Groundbreakers. I'm going to be talking to these two guys tomorrow to figure out what my streaming setup needs to be. And I'm going to be streaming the Mass Effect trilogy from beginning to end. Not in one sitting. I'm not going to sit there and just start Mass Effect and
You
then
know-
just play until I beat Mass Effect 3.
Dude, do it in one sitting. Back in,
No.
Take a
Second.
2-week vacation, do it in one sitting.
And then what? Sleep for 40 hours at the end?
Yeah, go
Just-
back into hibernation, wake up, and it's Mass Effect time.
No.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Oh, Wes
Well,
says
that's
one sitting or it's a no-go. Wes,
Yeah.
okay. Do you agree to watch the entire time? I think that's really
Yeah,
the
you-
question there.
You have to watch all 100 hours of Mass Effect. And I'm gonna take
Uh,
the fucking time.
He's going to do every Mako quest.
Every single fucking one. And you know all those planets that you have to scan in Mass Effect 2? I'm doing those too.
you know what? I'm cool with this. I want you to 100% achievement too.
Holy shit! There's some insane achievements in that game. I can't do insanity.
I have a friend of mine that has already 100%ed it.
Good Jesus!
Yeah. Real
Did
fun.
Zach?
No, it's an achievement whore friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll catch you next time, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.